Near Foundation and Polygon Labs partner to build zero-knowledge prover for WASM chains. Near Foundation and Polygon Labs recently announced that they would build a zero-knowledge (ZK) prover for WASM blockchains. For WASM chains using the ZK WASM prover, settling transactions will be more efficient and cost-effective with maximum security guarantees. Transaction settling more efficient and cost-effective. Near Foundation, the organization supporting the development of the Near ecosystem, has partnered with Polygon Labs to build a zero-knowledge (ZK) prover for WebAssembly (WASM) blockchains, or ZKWASM for short. According to a joint press release, the two entities' ZKWASM prover, which is set to be launched in 2024, is positioned to lead the market among other WASM provers. For WASM chains using this prover, the settling of transactions will be more efficient and cost-effective with maximum security guarantees. Commenting on Polygon Labs' decision to partner with Near Foundation, co-founder Sundeep Nailwal said, "We are proud to collaborate with Near on this exciting research initiative to further drive the development and adoption of ZK technology." The ZKWASM prover maximizes developer customizability, which means projects will be able to select from a number of provers when building with CDK, whether that's launching or migrating an EVM Ethereum virtual machine chain, or building a WASM chain for closer Ethereum alignment and access to liquidity. Bringing zero-knowledge proofs to Web3. As explained in the press release, the availability of a ZKWASM prover means Near validators will significantly simplify validator requirements, which in turn leads to better scalability and increased decentralization for the Near protocol. Ilya Polasukin, a co-founder at Near Protocol, said her organization is thrilled to collaborate with Polygon Labs and is hopeful this will bring the advantages of zero-knowledge proofs to Web3. Through the ZKWASM prover, the Near protocol is brought closer to Ethereum, which in turn makes it possible for WASM networks to access liquidity. Eventually, chains will also have access to shared liquidity in a single ecosystem of Cloud Development Kit (CDK), deploy chains through an in-development interoperability layer. Second news. Bitcoin technical analysis, BTC navigates tides of low volume and market swells. On Sunday morning Eastern Time, ET, Bitcoin's trading value hovers slightly over the $37,000 mark per unit, peaking at $37,294 for the day. There's a slight dip in BTC trading volume over the weekend compared to the previous weekday, totaling $10.76 billion of the crypto economy's $67.15 billion. Over the last day, Bitcoin has seen a modest decline of 0.4%, but it's up by 5.5% over the past week and has surged just above 38% in the last month. Bitcoin's price oscillations on Sunday show a nuanced battleground between bullish sentiment and potential overbought warnings. The leading cryptocurrency displayed a 24-hour price range between $36,821 and $37,294, with oscillators like the Relative Strength Index, RSI, and the Commodity Channel Index, CCI, signaling caution. Meanwhile, moving averages suggest a continued uptrend, presenting a complex scenario for traders. On the oscillator front, Bitcoin's RSI reached a high level of 80, typically indicating overbought conditions that could precede a price pullback. The stochastic oscillator echoed this sentiment with a value also at 80, but held a neutral stance, suggesting hesitation among traders about immediate price direction. The CCI's reading at 155 further supports the overbought signals, urging investors to brace for potential volatility or a short-term correction in price. Moving averages tell a different story, revealing a continued and strong bullish trend across multiple time frames. Short-term support is evident with the 10-day exponential moving average, EMA, and simple moving average, SMA, sitting at $36,086 and $35,917 respectively, both indicating an optimistic sentiment in the market. The longer-term outlook remains bright as well, with the 200-day EMA and SMA at $28,672 and $28,696, asserting a strong foundation for growth. The interplay between the shorter-term and longer-term moving averages, along with the EMA and SMA data, showcases a sustained growth trajectory for Bitcoin. The consistent optimistic sentiment signals across the 20, 30, 50, 100, and 200-day intervals underscores the momentum that has been building. This suggests that despite the short-term overbought signals from oscillators, the undercurrent of Bitcoin's market sentiment leans toward a bullish continuation. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index, CFGI, hosted on alternative.me, shows a position of greed on Sunday with a score of 73. Concurrently, U.S. stock markets wrapped up Friday on a positive note, with key benchmark indices recording rises from 1 to 2%. Come Monday, the financial world sets its sights on the monthly U.S. federal budget statement. Following this, Tuesday's agenda is marked by the U.S. Labor Department's unveiling of the Consumer Price Index, CPI. The week will further unfold with updates on housing sales and unemployment claims. These elements, combined with the broader economic climate and global tensions, may sway Bitcoin's valuation throughout the week. Third news. Bitcoin, stinkball or exponential gold? Munger and Fidelity Director at odds on BTC Week in Review. Berkshire Hathaway billionaire Charlie Munger may think Bitcoin is a stinkball, but Director of Global Macro at financial giant Fidelity, Jureen Timmer, says the asset is exponential gold. Find out why, just below, in the latest Bitcoin.com News Week in Review. Berkshire Vice Chair Charlie Munger compares Bitcoin to a stinkball among traditional currencies. Warren Buffett's right-hand man and the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, Charlie Munger, says he is concerned when the price of Bitcoin rises. The 99-year-old compared the cryptocurrency to a stinkball among traditional currencies. When you start creating an artificial currency, you're throwing your stinkball into a recipe that's been around for a long time, that's worked very well for a lot of people, the executive said. Financial giant Fidelity's director sees Bitcoin as exponential gold. Financial services giant Fidelity's director of Global Macro says Bitcoin is exponential gold. He explained that gold is too deflationary and clunky to be used as a medium of exchange, noting that investors own it primarily as a store of value and one of the many reasons Bitcoin is often compared to gold. Dubai Financial Authority approves XRP as recognized crypto token. Dubai's financial regulator, the Dubai Financial Services Authority, has approved XRP as a recognized crypto token for use within the Dubai International Financial Center, DIFC, a special economic zone. Licensed virtual asset firms within the DIFC will now be able to incorporate XRP into their virtual asset services, Ripple explained, adding that institutions located in the zone can now utilize XRP to accelerate faster, more efficient global value exchange. Robert Kiyosaki breaks down Rich Dad's first lesson, says Bitcoin provides lifelong financial security and freedom. Rich Dad Poor Dad author Robert Kiyosaki has broken down Rich Dad's lesson number 1. Explaining in simple terms why the rich become richer, the renowned author said, they understand the importance of preserving tangible assets, such as gold, silver, and Bitcoin, which offer lifelong financial security and freedom. Fourth news. Onecoin compliance head pleads guilty to wire fraud and money laundering charges. Irina Dilkinska, the head of legal and compliance at Onecoin, has pleaded guilty to wire fraud and money laundering charges. The charges against Dilkinska relate to her role in organizing the transfer of $110 million in fraudulently obtained funds to a Cayman Islands entity. The $110 million transfer to a Cayman Islands entity. Irina Dilkinska, the one-time head of legal and compliance at Onecoin, has pleaded guilty to wire fraud and money laundering charges, Damian Williams, the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, has said. In a November 9 press release, Williams said the charges against Dilkinska relate to her role in organizing the transfer of $110 million in fraudulently obtained funds to a Cayman Islands entity. Founded in 2014 by Ruja Ignatova, aka Crypto Queen, and Carl Sebastian Greenwood, Onecoin operated as a multi-level marketing, MLM, network which encouraged members to recruit others to purchase cryptocurrency packages. As previously reported by Bitcoin.com News, Onecoin generated billions of dollars for founders like Ignatova but left many investors worse off. However, since the U.S. brought fraud and money laundering charges against Ignatova in October 2017, several Onecoin insiders have been handed jail sentences. In September 2023, Greenwood, who also served as Onecoin's global master distributor and the leader of the MLM network, was sentenced to 20 years in a U.S. jail. Greenwood's sentencing came just over 5 years after his arrest in Thailand. Dereliction of duty. Meanwhile, in remarks following Dilkinska's guilty plea, Williams said, as Onecoin's so-called head of legal and compliance, Irina Dilkinska accomplished the exact opposite goal of her position. As she has now admitted, Dilkinska facilitated the laundering of millions of dollars of illicit profits Onecoin accrued through its multi-level marketing scheme. He added that officials from his office and the law enforcement partners will pursue the matter until all defendants including the fugitive Ignatova are brought to justice. According to the press release, Dilkinska, a Bulgarian national, faces a maximum of 5 years in prison for the count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. For the money laundering count, the Onecoin head of legal and compliance also faces a maximum sentence of 5 years. Next news. SEC Chair Gensler, anybody wanting to be in crypto must do it within the law. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, Chairman Gary Gensler has warned that anyone wanting to be in crypto must do it within the law. He advised crypto trading platforms to build the trust of investors in what they are doing, cautioning that they must ensure they are not commingling functions, trading against their customers, or using users' crypto assets for their own purposes. Gensler's warning to crypto industry. The chairman of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, Gary Gensler, discussed crypto regulations in an interview with CNBC on the sidelines of DC FinTech Week Wednesday. Regarding FTX, he said the collapsed crypto exchange could be revived under new leadership provided they fully comply with the laws. Gensler stressed, "We would never let the New York Stock Exchange also operate a hedge fund and trade against their members or trade against customers in the market." Referencing Tom Farley, a former president of the New York Stock Exchange who recently launched his own digital asset exchange, Gensler said, "If Tom or anybody else wanted to be in this field, I would say, do it within the law." The SEC chairman advised, "Build the trust of investors in what you're doing and ensure that you're doing the proper disclosures and also that you're not commingling all these functions, trading against your customers, or using their crypto assets for your own purposes." Gensler emphasized that existing securities laws are very robust and strong, sufficient to regulate the crypto industry, noting that the SEC simply needs to enforce them. He stressed, "There's nothing about crypto that's incompatible with securities laws. You've got just a lot of worldwide actors that are currently not complying with these time-tested laws." The SEC chair further stated, "Think about how many actors in this space are not complying right now with international sanctions and money laundering laws and are using crypto for nefarious or bad actions." He added, "If it's a non-compliant fraudster, why would we want them in our markets?" Last month, Gensler warned that any crypto companies tricking investors should start treating them to compliance with the securities laws. He recently explained that the SEC has been taking a litigation-heavy approach to regulating the crypto industry because it is rife with fraud, abuse, and misconduct. Next hot news. U.S. government remains hostile toward crypto despite Ripple's SEC win, says CEO. Ripple CEO says the U.S. government is still hostile toward crypto despite the cryptocurrency firm's victory against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. Until that changes, the banks in the United States are not going to engage meaningfully, he warned, adding, I don't think the window has passed for the US to be a leader. But I think every day that goes by, these other markets, they want the entrepreneurs there, they want growth. US government's crypto stance. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse discussed the US government's crypto stance at the DC FinTech Week conference on Wednesday. Ripple recently won several legal battles against the US Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, emphasizing that certain US banks are still cautious about embracing cryptocurrencies even after Ripple's legal victory against the SEC, Garlinghouse said. They're like, look, even though you won the case, the United States government is still hostile towards crypto, the OCC Office of the Controller of the Currency is hostile towards crypto. And until that changes, the banks in the United States are not going to engage meaningfully. The Ripple executive asserted that the SEC's stance on cryptocurrencies, particularly Chair Gary Gensler's view of crypto as the Wild West, is influenced more by a political agenda than well-defined regulatory policies. He underscored that this approach is hindering the crypto industry's advancement in the United States. Gensler also recently explained that he is taking a litigation-heavy approach to regulating the crypto industry because crypto is an industry that is rife with fraud, abuse, and misconduct. He warned this week that anyone wanting to be in crypto must do it within the law. Noting that the US has displayed a hostile stance towards cryptocurrencies, the Ripple boss pointed out that other nations are welcoming companies and investments in the crypto sector with clearer regulations. This includes the UK, which reaffirmed earlier this month its commitment to establishing itself as a global cryptocurrency hub. While cautioning that the US is putting its early lead at risk and losing its share of the crypto market, Garlinghouse believes that America could still lead in the crypto space. He opined, I don't think the window has passed for the US to be a leader. But I think every day that goes by, these other markets, they want the entrepreneurs there, they want growth. Last news for today. Grayscale constructively engaging with SEC on spot Bitcoin ETF, says CEO. Crypto asset manager Grayscale Investments is constructively engaging with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, regarding its application to convert its flagship Bitcoin trust into a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, ETF, says CEO Michael Sonnenshein. The executive believes that Grayscale has a really nice advantage over other spot Bitcoin ETF applicants. Grayscale constructively engaging with SEC. Grayscale Investments CEO Michael Sonnenshein discussed his company's plan to convert its flagship Bitcoin trust, GBTC, into a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, ETF, in an interview with Bloomberg at DC FinTech Week on Wednesday. The SEC originally rejected the crypto asset manager's spot Bitcoin ETF application. However, a court recently ordered the securities regulator to re-evaluate the company's application. A couple months ago, a decision did come out of the DC Circuit that did vacate the SEC's denial of the GBTC uplisting to a spot Bitcoin ETF on the New York Stock Exchange. We really respected and continue to respect the court process, the Grayscale CEO described. There was a period of time after that during which the SEC could have challenged that decision. They in fact did not, Sonnenshein continued. So what you've seen now over the last few weeks is our team putting in the appropriate filings in front of the SEC, including our S3 filing that now really allows us to continue to have a constructive dialogue with the SEC, with all the required documents that would support us moving towards that uplisting on NYSE. The executive added. So timelines are certainly not something that has been discussed. But what I can tell you is that the SEC is constructively engaging at the moment. The CEO believes that Grayscale has a really nice advantage over other spot Bitcoin ETF applicants because Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, has already been a well-known seasoned issuer for several years now. He stressed that it gives the company the ability to file an S3 as compared to some of the other issuers who have had to file S1s. Form S3 is a simplified registration statement, While Form S-1 is a comprehensive one that requires companies to disclose a wide range of information about their business, financial condition, and management. Sonnenschein pointed out that other spot Bitcoin ETF applicants do not yet have a product, investors, or trading history. He emphasized that Grayscale is optimistic that it will get through any final hurdles and its investors will finally get what they've been waiting for very patiently. The executive noted that Grayscale as a team is operationally ready today, stating, "We've been operationally ready to operate GBTC as an ETF, and we've certainly made that very well known to the SEC." Regarding competition, he said, "We think it's fantastic that there are other issuers that are also trying to launch products." The Grayscale boss concluded, "We've well been and long been prepared for a world in which there are multiple spot Bitcoin products in the same way that there are multiple Bitcoin futures products." SEC Chairman Gary Gensler recently said that the regulator is considering between 8 and 10 spot Bitcoin ETF applications. Some analysts, including those at JP Morgan, expect the SEC to approve multiple spot Bitcoin ETFs at once early next year. Global asset management firm AllianceBernstein expects the price of Bitcoin to reach $150,000 by 2025. The firm has predicted imminent approvals of spot Bitcoin ETFs. Do you think the SEC will soon approve Grayscale Investments' application to convert GBTC into a spot Bitcoin ETF? Over 600 stablecoins depeg in 2023. Moody's Analytics launches monitoring tool. Stablecoins, the crypto assets crafted to mirror the stability of fiat currency, have encountered over 600 significant instances of price instability in 2023, as per Moody's Analytics. A depeg or depegging event is characterized by a stablecoin's value swinging beyond a 3% margin from its standard $1 mark within a day, according to Moody's Analytics' latest report. Stablecoins wobble in 2023. In an effort to keep a close watch on stablecoin fluctuations, Moody's Analytics has introduced its Digital Asset Monitor, DAM, focusing on key players such as Tether, USD Coin, and Binance USD. This tool has tallied a total of 1,914 depegging events across various stablecoins, with high-value fiat-pegged tokens experiencing 609 such instances alone. The analysts at Moody's Analytics revealed a total of 707 depegging events for stablecoins in 2022. Stablecoins are engineered to anchor their value to a fixed rate, commonly $1 per unit, backed by a reserve of fiat currencies or other assets to maintain a uniform value. Despite this, some of the most sizable stablecoins in terms of market value have fallen short of their $1 benchmark, as was the case with USDC during the downfall of Silicon Valley Bank, SVB. We have seen the stablecoin market grow into a multi-billion-dollar asset class accounting for about 10% of the crypto market and most on-chain activity, Yanis Giokas, the Senior Director of Product Innovation at Moody's Analytics wrote. However, given ongoing volatility in the asset class, we saw substantial demand from our customers to fill a gap in this space with a comprehensive risk assessment tool for digital assets. Moody's latest analytical tool scrutinizes the movements, reserves, and transparency of 25 leading fiat-anchored stablecoins. Leveraging a mix of exclusive data, advanced machine learning, and blockchain scrutiny, the monitor also evaluates potential future depegs. The report emphasizes that the digital asset monitoring solution does not connect to Moody's credit ratings business. Fluctuations in the broader economic landscape, such as spikes in interest rates, often precipitate a detachment from the stablecoin's pegged value. Nonetheless, Moody's findings indicate that stablecoins regularly experience depegging for various reasons. The monitor's purpose is to shed light on the inherent perils of stablecoins for entities delving into the decentralized finance, DeFi, sector. This initiative by Moody's to chart stablecoin activity follows significant depegging episodes that rattled the crypto economy in 2022. Notably, the crash of the algorithmic stablecoin Teros, UST, along with its sister token Luna in May 2022, wiped out massive market capital. Stablecoins serve as the cornerstone for cryptocurrency lending and borrowing, and the escalated volatility has sent waves through digital asset values throughout 2023. Moody's DAM reports that alongside USDC's doppelgang incident during the SVB collapse in the week of March 10, 2023, 5 additional stablecoins also experienced doppelgang. On May 2, 2023, DAM captured 10 separate doppelgang events. A considerable number of fiat-linked tokens have utterly failed to maintain their trading value at $1. The volatility of prominent stablecoins might come as a surprise to many, with tokens such as USDC, TUSD, FRAX, DAI, BUSD, LUSD, USDT, MIM, and USDP undergoing significant value fluctuations over time. In the latter half of October, tangible DAO's USDR plummeted to around 50 cents and hasn't recovered since. In another instance, EOV's GHO stablecoin has never matched the dollar since its inception, currently trading at 96 cents despite the liquidity team's promises of a resolution. PayPal's stablecoin, Piast, has dipped to a low of 97.9769 cents, narrowly avoiding a doppelgang by the threshold of a 3% drop from its peg. On August 17, 2023, the new stablecoin FDUSD hit a record low, trading at 94.2129 cents per unit, its most substantial drop from the $1 parity to date. Tether achieves lifetime high with $86.51 billion valuation, Tron version surpasses ETH in several metrics. This week, the leading stablecoin by market capitalization attained a valuation of $86.51 billion, following a supply surge of 3.6% in the past month. Currently, the Tron network holds approximately 45.82 billion USDT, while the Ethereum blockchain is home to 40.02 billion tethers, with the remainder circulating across various other blockchain platforms. Tether supply jumps 3.6% in 30 days. The market capitalization of Tether, USDT, continues its upward trajectory, now standing at an all-time high. From September 3 to November 9, 2023, the digital assets market value increased by 4.36%, with 3.6% of this growth materializing in the last month. Over a 67-day period, since September 3, the supply has expanded by 3.61 billion tethers. The current market capitalization, at $86.51 billion, is roughly $3.23 billion above the stablecoin's previous market cap peak, which occurred in April 2022. In the last 24 hours, amid an upswing in various crypto assets, global trade volume jumped to $139.21 billion. Slightly more than 37% of this volume, equating to $51.57 billion, originated from Tether, USDT, trades. The most traded USDT pairs involve USDC, BTC, and ETH, with Binance leading as the top exchange for USDT activity. The majority of Tether's supply is on the Tron network, which holds 45.82 billion USDT. The Tron-based USDT makes up 52.96% of all tethers in circulation today. While Ethereum hosts 40.02 billion USDT, Tron's iteration of the stablecoin has surpassed its Ethereum counterpart in several aspects. Notably, the ERC20 tether is held in 4,647,426 unique wallets, whereas the Tron version is held in 32,859,339 wallets. Although the ERC20 tether has been transferred 206 million times and has been around for a longer period, Tron-based USDT has amassed 1.38 billion transactions to date. While USDT also circulates on other blockchains such as Solana and Avalanche, the bulk of its activity is concentrated on the Tron and Ethereum networks. USDT once started on the Omni network but has since discontinued operating on the chain, and a bulk of activity shifted onto the Ethereum chain. With Tether issuing an abundance of USDT on Tron and the network's lower fees, a great deal of users have gravitated to the Tron chain to receive, hold, and send their USDT assets. Circle revamps stablecoins USDC, EURC with upgrade focused on gas and security. Circle has announced a new v2.2 upgrade for its USD coin and Eurocoin digital stablecoins. The changes aim to significantly reduce gas costs, enable new use cases, and bolster security. Circle's upgrade comes off the heels of rumors saying the firm plans to go public in early 2024. While the company disclosed that going public is part of Circle's roadmap, it does not respond to circulating rumors. This is the end of today's newsletter. I would like to say goodbye and see you again in the next newsletter.